Hey, hi, welcome to C3 Hall of Fame, that is Cloud Champions Club Hall of Fame. And for people who are watching this for the first time, let me tell you what is Hall of Fame about. So, people who join us in Cloud Champions Club, that is C3 community, whenever they are, Cloud Champion, which means when they achieve their goal, which can be getting Solution Architect Associate certified or getting a cloud platform. This is the recording where we talk about their success story. So, I feel so glad to share that I have my first woman cloud champions Hall of Fame on cam, Sweta, who finally is ready to record this Hall of Fame. And let's introduce Sweta. So let's talk about who Sweta is. So Sweta is an MCA postgraduate student with 2.11 years of experience. She worked as a system engineer and as a Java developer. And here is the problem statement when she joined us with C3. So she joined us with us on 9th May. And the problem statement was she worked as a Java developer and wanted to shift her career in cloud. And here are the quick breakthroughs. So from no cloud platform to actually winning a cloud platform, getting Solution Architect Associate certified within 3.5 months. Third, winning 296% of hike, which is almost 300% of hike. And fourth, within 102, that is 102 days, that's 4.5 months of joining us in C3 community. Let's welcome Sweta and hear her success story out. So thank you so much, Sweta, for joining me on this call. And it's so glad to have you. And before we get started with the actual things, I would like you to take a chance to introduce yourself and talk about your journey, how you got started with C3. So, yes, Shweta.
First of all, thank you, Shyam, for giving such a dynamic introduction for myself. And talking about my journey, I was working in my current company, and I was not happy with the pay, and also I was not happy with the technology I was working in. So it was purely Java development, but the technologies which I was working in was so obsolete, and I wanted to learn something trending. So I researched a lot in internet, and I found that some high rated skills which we need to learn as a Java developer are like data analyst and big data or AWS or cloud and
Mhm.
everything. So I just researched about it and then got into a mindset that yes, only cloud can help me. And I was very fantasized to see that how mere click of something can actually change a whole lot of game in terms of server and in terms of application work. It is solving so many real world problems. So I was very fantasized, and I wondered like what if I can get into that and learn more about it. So
Mhm.
that took a lot of research, and then I had my interest in cloud. So I just wanted to learn cloud after that.
Great. Thank you so much, Shweta, for answering that question. And the next question that I have, Shweta, for you is, so now that we know your pain point, but I'm curious to understand, what is that made you join Cloud Champions Club? So can you talk about your journey of what made you make that, take that decision and that leap of faith, Shweta?
So when I made my mindset to learn cloud, I was very anxious, and I started going through the videos which my company has given for free. And they had lots of courses, and it was like a very huge course, near about 100 hours of course. And
Mm-hmm.
it was so huge that I was not able to complete it was like an ocean, and I didn't know what is the important thing I need to learn in order to crack the cloud. So what I thought, okay, I'll be sending requests to people who are already into AWS, and I'll ask them how to crack the certification, and maybe they will provide me some kind of guidance. So I got into touch with Sham via LinkedIn, and then I got to know that he's like there is a workshop at 96 rupees. So I joined it, and then I liked his way of presentation and what offering he's giving. So I joined the C3 community after that.
Great. Thank you so much, Shweta, for walking us through your journey. So the next question that I have is, Shweta, now that you took that leap of faith of joining us, and after you joined community, what do you think impacted you more, and what changed? So all those small little habits that we talk about. So what changed about Shweta and to joining the community?
So after joining C3 community, I got to know that oh, there are so many people who are in this community, and there is so much of support in this community that boosted my confidence first of all. And there are people who have done the certification that provided me a lot of guidance. And sometimes I recall I used to be very very nervous, and then I would be calling some people in the community, and they used to like calm me up that yeah, you can do it. So it helped me actually in case of mentorship. If you talk about boosting my confidence and lots of motivation, I got everything from this community.
Great. So, Sweta, do you agree that this is a community of like-minded people, and just because it's of like-minded people, where people are learning cloud by interest and by choice, do you think that's attracting like energies and that helps?
Yes, it is, because whenever I used to post any kind of roadblocks I am facing, there was like within no minute I would be getting 15 to 16 replies and motivation from people. There will be lots of resolution given, and it was very very fast. So one thing I liked about this community is they were very supportive.
Great. Thank you so much for voicing this out, Shweta. And for all those people who are watching this, something to summarize what Shweta is saying is, just because this is a like-minded community, your chances to win are highest. Okay, so if at all you started learning cloud on your own, you might have failed or got halted because you were in DIY model, that is do it yourself. This model where you are in a environment, like-minded environment, your chances to success are more. So yeah, that was about the Shweta's journey. But now we are Shweta, we are coming to the breaking the myths section, and which is an interesting section which we have in this interview Hall of Fame thing. Why? Because there are many myths that people have which is stopping them to learn cloud. And let's get started with the very first myth. So the first myth that people have is, can I get a cloud position with no prior experience and this self-learning process of, C3? Uh, Quick question: do you think you two had this myth? And if yes, then how did you burst that?
Yes, I absolutely had that myth. And before, I have already said that before starting to learn cloud, I researched a lot and I got connected to many people. And I found that the people who are working in cloud either got the project by fluke, or they have done some kind of lots of what we say training from big institutes, and then they struggled a lot. So that was the thing, and I was also very very scared. But when I joined this community, I got lots of live example, and today I am that example. I didn't had any prior experience to cloud, and still I was able to get very good percentage of hike, and that was like surpassed my dream hike percentage also. So yes, I'm glad about it a lot.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Shweta. And Shweta, we have a lot of initiatives like, DIC, that is daily implementation call, BYF, and all those things. Think of that sort which you think helped you.
Yes, so there's something called Beat Your Fear. That session is held like every Saturday, 10:30 to 11 a.m. And many of us are given chance to give a presentation on the topics which are very, very like which you feel very, very tough. And I recall that I gave a presentation on AWS Lambda because I used to struggle uh, in the process of understanding it. But once I gave that presentation, the response I got from the community was very very good, and that boosted my confidence. I started researching a lot about AWS Lambda, and I did I created lots of deployment using that. So that really really helped me.
Great. Thank you so much, Shweta, for voicing it out. And for all those C3 members who are watching this, here is an important learning from you guys. If you think you have been ignoring BYF, beat your fear call, this is what you should learn from Shweta, because that was a game changer. So thank you so much, Shweta, for voicing that out. With that being said, we are moving to the myth two, Shweta. So prior to joining C3, did you ever feel that cloud is difficult to learn for whatsoever reasons? And, if that was, then what was your learning experience with C3?
So when I learned about cloud, that yeah, it has many servers, and there are some VMs. It was like very very huge kind of what I would say terms. I actually got scared first. So I was thinking that I can no way learn cloud. I don't have any kind of mentorship. I don't know anything about it. I have never worked on it, and there's nothing I could do. But when I attended Shyam's workshop, it was like for 3 days he gave us some services to work upon, and it was like, oh, this is super easy. We just have to click a button and then everything is happening by its own. You should be conscious of what you are clicking, but
Right.
it was super easy and I really enjoyed that. It was like I wanted to do it again and again. So yeah, Cloud really fantasized me. So yeah, this is really a myth that it is very difficult to learn. Actually, it's very, very, very easy to learn.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Shweta. And for all those people who think cloud is difficult, I think you should give it a shot for joining us on the 1 day workshop and then experience cloud for yourself and then make a decision. Great. So with that, we move on to the next question. That is myth 3. So Shweta, most of the people feel that I need coding skills to learn cloud, or maybe I need to have some Linux expertise to learn cloud. I believe you two had this myths. So what is your take now? Now that you have gone through the city journey, is that true or is that a myth?
It's completely a myth. It's not like that you need to learn lots of coding skills. You should have any coding skills or something. Uh, I think I have used some commands while learning, and they were super, super easy. And I think in this entire course, I think there is only 1 or 3 labs which has that type of command. So I don't think you need any kind of coding skills to learn cloud.
Great. Thank you so much, Shweta. All those people watching this video, here is a two quick things. So if you think you need coding skills, I'm not saying it's not needed. Like it's good to have, but not must to have. That's something I want to voice it out. And the second thing, you don't need to be master at Linux. Even if you know 15 to 20 commands in Linux, something that are required for learning this curriculum, you are good enough. You don't need to be expertise in Linux. So that is what I wanted to clear out with this myth. So with that, we move on to the last myth, Shweta. Something very important about degree. Most of the people feel that you need to have some technical degree or maybe some IT technical background or something to get a cloud platform. For all those people who believe this, let me tell you, Shweta is a MCA postgraduate student. So Shweta, what is like? Did you have this belief, or if at all you had it, what is your message to audience on this?
So yes, I also had that belief that my background is MCA, whether I'll be able to pursue cloud or not. So it was nothing like that. We have people in our community who are from testing background and also who has been working in different type of domain, not from the IT domain, and they have cracked crowd certification, and also they are into they are currently into a very good company with cloud skills. So this is also a myth. It's nothing like that.
Thank you so much for voicing that out, Shweta. And for all those people watching this, here is a strong message. All these curriculums, MCA, MBA, or BCA, whatsoever that is, these, I think we have crafted it as a humans. Okay. So all you need is a pure intention to learn. If you're ready to learn and upskill yourself, I think, we at C3 are ready to work with you. So yeah, that's still a myth. So moving on to the last myth of the day, Shweta, I've seen some of the developers who, Java developers or people at different profiles, different stages where they think or they have this feeling that I don't need to learn cloud and I can still stay relevant to the market without upskilling myself or, learning cloud. What do you think your experience is in this area? Because you two are a Java developer.
So I would say that if you really want to test it, open naukri.com and search a job for Java developer. I bet you will not get any profile which doesn't has AWS in their roles and responsibilities, or Azure or Google. Either of those three you need to have. Even if you are not mastered over it, you need to have a project experience or you should have any certification. So I would say that, yeah, I would not say that you cannot survive without AWS skills or cloud skills, but I would say that if you want a very good job in the market, and if you want to go into a very trending project, if your dream is a very trending project, then yeah, you should have some hand holding in cloud.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Shweta. And for all those audience watching this out, here's the quick thing, guys. So irrespective of whichever platform you are, let me tell you, cloud is a platform. It's not going to change your role. For example, if you are a developer, if you are a admin, you're still going to stay admin until you want to change your role. But yes, cloud is a platform where you will be still doing the same things, rather than doing it on a traditional environment. All you would be doing on as a cloud platform. But yes, there are enough companies who are looking for right candidates, and you could be that one. So with that, we move on to the next question, Shweta, which is very important one, just because we at C3 are talking about this mentorship model. So quick question, Shweta, how has this mentorship model at C3, helped you, and do you think that is a real need of an hour?
So yes, it is, because when I was going through courses provided by my company, I always used to fear that, oh God, I would be ending up with a huge AWS bills. I was like constantly in that fear. And also it was like the UI of AWS gets updated every now and then, and that also creates a lot of confusion in searching the icons and all. So the courses which I get outside or online, or the blogs which I used to read, were not so updated, and that is why I used to struggle. So that really helped when I joined C3. I had a mentor, and moreover, I had so many people to help. Even like within no minute, I would get a reply that you can do this, you can do that. You need to check some settings if there is something wrong with your cloud service. So that really helped me, and it was a very fast resolution.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Shweta. And for all the C3 members who are watching this, kudos to you guys because of the strong community that we have. And, thank you so much for helping Shweta with her queries, because, you never know how you can impact a person's life by, a simple answer. So, kudos to you guys, C3 community, for helping Shweta and answering all those queries. So all those people who have been taking time to answer, that is how you can impact even with the smallest answer. So thank you so much, Shweta, and thank you so much all the community members out here. The next question that I have for you is, Sweta, how was this course content different from online? The content that we have at C3. Do you think this made a difference, and what was that difference? I would like to understand a little bit more on the content side of C3.
I would say the content in this course is very simple if you are someone which likes simplicity, and the orientation is very well, like I think it's match made in heaven, the orientation and the simplicity of this comment, of this course. And there are many different things which I liked about this course. First of all, Sham has given us some trackers to track our progress. That helped me a lot, and it really motivated me to show up next day. And the another thing which helped me was that accountability partner.
Mhm.
So we were given like we were divided into some groups, and we used to discuss our roadblocks and our progress to them, and we used to get different uh, things from them also. So
Okay.
that also helped me. Another thing was this BYF. I would say out loud that it helped me a lot in my interviews. After giving some presentations in BYF, I was so much confident. And I would say that even though I didn't brush up anything, it was like printed on my brain after giving that presentation.
Okay.
So it was like a permanent memory which I've got after giving that presentation on the topics which I used to feel it's difficult for me to learn. And another thing was the inner circle call and the mastermind call, which helped me a lot. Sham always motivated me, and whenever I was feeling that okay, I cannot do it, or I was demotivated, I used to quickly call Sham, and he was so generous to attend my call at that time, though the time might not be a suitable one. So I really think that this course really worth it. And the additional things which Sham has provided, like the community is offering, that is also a very good thing, and it has impacted my performance.
Great. Thank you so much for voicing that out, Shweta. And for all those audience, and even the community members who are watching this out, this something that helped Shweta was accountability partner, BYF, that is beat your fear. daily implementation calls and also inner circle calls. So if you are C3 members, if you are missing on it, you are missing on a great deal, guys. So please don't miss on these calls. That's what the system is about. And for the new members, I would want you to try this out. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for voicing it out. I would also like to say kudos to Cloud Warriors, because Shweta, just to let you know, this BYF came as a concept when we had a briefing brainstorming on what is that we can do to help students out there. So that's the result of that brainstorming is nothing but beat your fear. So thank you so much, Shweta, for sharing that. Okay, this impacted you, and we are glad to know that. With that, we move on to the next thing, Shweta. I would want you to stress little on inner circle calls, because that's where we discuss the challenges. So how do you think this inner circle calls helped you, which we have weekly?
So when I joined inner circle calls, what we basically do is the people who are having any kind of roadblocks or need explanation on something which they don't understand, they would be asking you, and you would be giving all the answers with a very brief explanation. If it is needed, you will be giving more explanation on that. But when I used to observe, there were so many questions that I didn't even think of it. Like, how they get that question in their brain, and I was like, oh, I need to, when you were giving answers to that question, I was like, I completely forgot that topic, I need to rebrush it. So it was a quick time rebrush for me, the inner circle calls. So it also helped me a lot, and I was very very glad to see that I'm not only the one who keep on forgetting things. There are people here who like keeps on forgetting things, and they are actually helping me rebrush it.
Okay, great. Glad to know that experience, Shweta. And yes, people feel that, but I'm glad in the like-minded community, at least you realize, okay, that's it's all okay. If you forget that, there is a way to improvise. So for all those people, at least from the C3 community, if you're missing on, inner circle call, this is what you should be sticking to it, because that's what would help you. And for all those people who are new audience, this is a call where we discuss blockers, together. And more importantly, it's not about discussing your blockers. Even when the rest of the people are asking their blockers, learning for one is learning for all. That's what we are trying to voice it out with this call. So it's a group call. So thank you so much, Shweta, for sharing that. Uh, Shweta, tell us a little bit about your certification process. Solution architect certification process of, what was that process, and how confident you were in those practice tests that we did. So how did this model help you in working on the or preparing for the certification, Shweta?
So the way this course is designed is you Sham would be providing some theory related thing, some kind of awareness, and then we need to do the labs. And the labs were self-paced one. The only thing I liked about these labs were everything was so simple, and there was a very clear instruction given. So that was very very good. But when I was preparing for certification, I found that like there are so many things I keep on forgetting, and I keep on mixing things, like what lab I did on the fourth session, and I mixed it with the first session. So this was the struggle I faced, and then I was like, no, I should do it once more. I should learn things once more. And when I learned the course second time, I was more clearer, and I was able to be confident that yeah, I can crack the certification. And when I was like researching on some services for my certification, when I was learning white papers, when reading that, I wasn't able to understand it on the first go. But after
Okay.
learning Sham's code second time, it was like more clearer way, and I used to think that it is very difficultly shown, but now it was very very easy for me.
Great. Thank you so much, Shweta, for actually pointing that out. And for all those people, who have this curiosity, how to prepare for certification. So here is the thing: the first 60 days. The reason we call it 60 to 90 day challenge is because first 60 days, I want you to go through the curriculum. Only when once you are confident on the curriculum, we go for the next 30 days. Where you prepare for certification, and then that is when you are really ready for it. So thank you so much, Shweta. With that being said, Shweta, I would like to understand. We Something that comes to my mind at this point is the call that we had just few days before your certification. How do you think that call helped you, we shared some pointers on how to go out for that certification? Do you think that helped you?
So that call with you was very, very, really effective. You shared me some hacks and tricks, and that really helped me. I think without that, I won't be able to complete all the questions in time. So that really, really worked for me. Yeah, it was very effective.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that, Shweta. And with that, we move on to the next question. And I have this little curiosity. So, uh, tell us about the struggle, or some the process when we went for when we were actually looking for a job. Do you think the way the guideline that we give of how to look for job, how to work on that winning resume? Do you think that helped you, or gave you some guiding path while looking for job and in that job searching process?
Yes, it really helped me. First of all, I would say my mental state was, I was very, very frustrated. And when I used to, I recall when I used to read the roles and responsibilities and the requirements, I was really, really fearing that, oh no, I don't know anything like that. But yes, I used to call Gotham, and Gotham used to say that no, you don't have to worry. They will ask you everything which is in your resume. It's not like you need to learn everything. Anyone cannot learn everything which is in the market.
Right.
They are just searching for the most suitable person. So that
Right.
really helped him. I would say that he is therapist of our community. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I have called him so many times for guidance. And yes, when I made the resume, I remember I took Surajit's resume and Gautam's resume, and that helped me to frame my resume well. So yeah, that helped me a lot, Sham.
Okay, thank you so much, Shweta. I highly appreciate you taking an effort to connect with those guys, because that's what the community was formed for. And thank you so much to all the C3 members, Gautam and Surajit, for helping this person out, because that's how I want this community to impact, to help each other. So thank you so much for that help, and thank you so much for that mention, Shweta. So, and all C3 members,
And
this,
I would like
yeah,
to add one more thing.
yes,
I
please.
even called Rehan and I asked him like, don't you get fear when they ask you some questions and all? And he was able to like calm me down. So yeah, that he also helped. I just wanted to mention him also. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate Shweta for mentioning that. And yes, please, feel free to mention all those names, because I want all those star people to be named here, whoever you think have impacted you. And thank you so much, Rehan, for helping this community. For people who doesn't know, Rehan, a BCom fresher, is our formal support person. So thank you so much, Rehan, for being so nice and being helpful to our community members. And something like I would like to share here, Shweta, just because you asked it. When Rehan had that fear, that he was very upfront. He told me that, Sham, I have this fear of facing job interviews. You know what we did, Shweta? I interviewed him in front of our community, and there were around 18 to 20 members online watching this in our community. But the thing is, again, we were doing that beat your fear. We never had that concept, but I was actually beating his fear. I interviewed him in front of 20 people with a close community of ours, and I told him, if you are like, if I tried you in front of 20 people, don't worry, any one or two technical person interviewer panel cannot you. And that is the level of confidence he has now. So thank you so much, Rehan, for helping Shweta out, and that's the reason he's fearless now, and glad to know that, Shweta. So with that, we are very moving to the close to the completion process here of our Hall of Fame. A quick question, Shweta, do you remember any moment where you really felt, that we stuck? I show that graph, and when you feel totally low, and at that point, how did community help you? Any of that moment that you would like to talk about?
So I faced this two times. First,
Okay.
when I was forgetting everything. After completing the whole course, I thought, voila, I was able to complete it so fast. But
Right.
after few days, it was like I have forgotten everything. I need to relearn it. And it was like how I don't know what even I remember and what I've forgotten. So that really, really was frustrating for me. And I even called this thing in in a circle calls that I keep on forgetting. And then I talk to many people like Niharika and then Gautam, that I keep on forgetting things, what to do. And they just told that that happens to us also. It's not
Right.
like you are facing that issue. We are also mingling things, and doing that. But I would suggest you that you can just go through the course one more time, and then that would help you. So I did the same, and uh, when second time I was going through the course, no, I was actually very very fast. I was picking up things more clearly. So that helped me. And the second point at which I got frustrated was when I completed my certification. I was searching for jobs, and I was really really scared for the terms they are using in that. Like there were some terms which I haven't even heard about it. So that gave me really really bad anxiety. And then I called Gotham, and he told me that it's nothing like that. You are still eligible, you have even cracked the certification, then why are you fearing? So
Right.
yeah, that helped me a lot.
Great. Thank you so much, Shweta, again for the mention. People who are watching this, here's the thing, people like, Niharika, who went through the same things, like, she was forgetting, and you also voiced out you are forgetting. So, this community is not about, what you are good at. It's about what are your weak points and how you can embrace those things, because perfection is a myth. No one is perfect. So you see now, how when you knew, Shweta, that, okay, you are forgetting something, other people are also forgetting something. So that's normal. And that's how you're able to come out of it. So thank you so much, Shweta, and to all those C3 members, Gautam, Niharika, for helping her out. And you guys are doing a great job. And thank you so much for that mention, Shweta. Shweta, any one reason why people should join C3? Like, if you want to give just one reason, what would that be, Shweta?
I would be saying so many reasons, but the one reason I would say is the course is very, very simple, and it is very greatly structured. It has all important things you need to learn when you go into an enterprise. So it's not like there is a vast ocean and you need to pick up things by your own. Everything is framed very well. So you can go for it. And then the BYF and everything. When you attend your BIF, I would say that your skills will get refreshed. You will not be spending time like me to relearn the course. And also, when in that community group, people will ask so many questions. When they will get stuck, at that time instantly you will recall what you did and what was the resolution. Did you face anything? So that thing will help you rebrushing things, and I would say you will be mastering cloud after that.
Great. Thank you so much, Shweta, for sharing that. And again, for, mentioning about the BYF. So C3 members, you really need to work on BYF, because we really see very few nominations, but this is a great game changer, what I can see from Shweta's review, and you should be really working on that. Shweta, coming back to the last question, any one key advice that you would like to give to the viewers, like the audience who want to learn cloud, haven't started with us, with the cloud journey? Any one key piece of advice that you would like to leave for them before we close this?
So the only advice I would give is don't let your current situation ruin your future dreams. Initially, it would look like there is a lot of fog and I don't see a way out there, but you need to trust your instinct, not your eyes this time. So take a step and do not fear. I recall whenever I used to fear before interviews or before the certification, I used to write something in my notebook that is beautiful
Right.
minds are free from fear. And I always used to keep a status, even if my contacts are seeing this. I used to keep a status like beautiful minds are free from fear. So this is what I always rehearse, and that helped me like a magic. So this is the only advice I would give. Go for it.
Great. Thank you so much, Shweta, for passing on that important message to our viewers, and to all our viewers, audience out there, including C3. Here's the thing, guys, that I want you to learn from this. Okay. So I want this to be a lesson for everyone, that if Shweta can do it, even you too can do it. The only thing is, instead of thinking and overthinking, I want you to take actions. So if you have not been taking action, I want you to join us, and, if you're part of C3, just move on to the next step, and you'll be close to the goal. If you're not part of C3, I would want you to see in the next workshop. So here's the thing, guys, something that I would like to voice about. So C3 is about the like-minded community. Okay. And trust me, environment is more powerful than your willpower. So if you think you started learning cloud, but you got halted, if you think you are not started just because you are procrastinating, I would want you to invite you for our one-day workshop. So here are two action items before we close down this. Okay. So the first action item that I want you to do is, what is your key takeaway learning from Shweta's Hall of Fame? I would highly appreciate if you can write your 2 to 3 key learnings in the comment section below. The next thing is, if you are really serious enough to committed to learn cloud and be that champion in next 60 to 90 days, I would love if you sign up for the 1-day bootcamp, and you would find the link in the description field of this YouTube video. And I would love to see you in the next workshop and in the next Hall of Fame. So once again, let's thank Sweta. So Sweta, thank you so much for coming on this call, sharing us your journey. And more importantly, this call is important for me because I have my first cloud champion woman out here in the Hall of Fame, formally coming here and impacting all women out there. So thank you so much, Sweta. We wish you happy journey, next learning journey, and we'll be still looking forward to help you and work with you to move you on to the next level. So thank you so much, Sweta, for joining us on this call. It was glad to have you. Take care. Cheers.